Let the sorrow in the silence guide the path they could not stay. Hear the whispers of the withered crown, soft as breath within the hall, where the throne remains in fall.
The tapestry that once held gold now drapes the ruin cold and still. And though the torches now have dimmed, the air recalls their fleeting will. No footsteps tread the marble stair, no herald speaks the royal sound. Yet something faint remains alive beneath the fractured burial ground.
Not a vow of steel or fire, not a triumph carved in stone, only remnants of devotion, softly searching for a home. Hear the whispers of the withered crown, where the light no longer gleams. Let the faded oath reawaken in the hush between the dreams. Hear the whispers of the withered crown, where the shattered voices weep for the rule they could not keep. Upon the stone where embers sleep, a distant bell begins to wake. The fading glow beneath the ash still trembles like an ancient day. Lantern smoke ascends in rings, tracing shadows on the wall, and through the hush of winter dusk we hear the quiet voices call. In the light of the fading ember crown, where the fire once ruled the night, let the last remaining spark endure till the dawn replaces light. In the light of the fading ember crown, where our memory lies concealed, let the warmth we lost be sealed.
The altar sighs beneath the frost, bearing
bearing scars time could not hide. A thread of heat beneath the stone still flickers though the flame has died.
Silent banners drape the halls, soft with dust of solemn years, and from the corners of the dark the choir speaks in silver tears. We gather not for mourning, but to guard what once was bright, a fragile ember held in silence, sheltered from the dying night. In the light of the fading ember crown, where forgotten prayers remain, let the sparks that linger quietly fold their warmth into our name. In the light of the fading ember crown, where the last faint glow is found, let the oath return to ground. Across the halls where silence breathes, a fragile echo starts to rise. No lantern glows, no shadow moves, yet something stirs beyond the skies. Its presence lingers in the dust, a memory shaped in fading lines. And through the hush of fractured stone, a distant voice returns in signs.
Sing the elegy of the wandering spirit, where the old world fades from sight. Let the dimmest spark awaken what was lost beneath the night. Sing the elegy of the wandering spirit, where forgotten vows remain.
Soft as ashes in the rain.
Along the stair of broken halls, a whisper crawls across the floor.
No footsteps fall, yet warmth persists where it once waited near the door.
A silver feather rests in dust, a token of a vanished flame.
And in its glow we faintly trace
The shape of
someone war without name.
We do not call with sorrow cries, nor plead for mourning hands. We simply breathe the name once held
In gardens now gone to sand.
Sing the elegy of wandering spirit, where the candles cease to burn. Let the breath of fading memory guide its path toward return. Sing the elegy of wandering spirit, and let silence bend its way.
Till the soul no longer
Within the veins of silent earth, where broken marble sleeps below, a trembling hush begins to move, like lantern smoke in fading glow. Hollow air remembers names engraved in dust beneath the stone, and in the cracks of weathered walls, a distant breath returns alone. Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, let the fading embers rise, where the vow was laid in shadow. Let the ancient truth abide. Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, where the cold has sealed the flame, still the whisper speaks our name. Across the pillars worn by time, the silver ash begins to fall. A solemn thread of warmth survives, a spark beneath the frozen hall. And though the night resists the dawn, the memory burns behind the veil, as though its pulse still binds the past. Through silence carved in fragile pale, not sorrowed, not broken, but quietly preserved, a vow beneath the ages, unspoken yet preserved. Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, where the choir dimly stirs, let the remnants of the ember rise through dust that time prefers. Through the veins of the forgotten sepulchre, where the ancient ashes gleam, we return within the dream.
the stone where embers sleep, where faded warmth no longer stirs. A single spark remains in silence, lost beneath the weight of years.
The echoes breathe along the wall, a trembling hush that once was flame. And though the light has slipped away, its fragile memory still remains.
Calling the ember that will not wake through the dust of a hollow shrine. Let the fading glow remember what the winter could not bind. Calling the ember that will not wake, where the dimmest light is sown deep beneath the earth and stone.
No fire bends the shadowed air, no lantern sways against the wind. Yet something soft beneath the soul still waits for someone to begin.
A quiet breath beneath the frost, a vow unbroken in the ground. And through the darkened corridor, the echo forms a solemn song.
Not a cry of mourning sorrow, nor a plea against the night. Only hands upon the altar, seeking remnants of the light.
Calling the ember that will not wake through the dust of a hollow shrine. Let the fading glow remember what the winter could not bind. Calling the ember that will not wake, where the dimmest light is sown deep beneath the earth and stone. Calling the ember that will not wake through the dust of a hollow shrine. Let the fading glow remember what the winter could not bind. Calling the ember that will not wake till the silence bends away.
And the warmth returns someday. Beneath the granite crypt we stand, where silent echoes breathe the dust. The lantern's glow is fading low, yet still it burns with ancient trust. Across the stone a whisper haunts where fallen names reside, and through the hall of shallow light the solemn chant begins to rise. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where forgotten voices wait. Let the hollow air awaken what the dust cannot abate. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the embers softly stay, guarding vows that will not fade away. Of fractured stone, a trembling warmth begins to stir. The air grows still as years dissolve, yet fragments of the past occur. The dust of centuries ascends, reshaping shadows into form. And in the hush of sacred cold, the chant resumes, both faint and warm.
No sorrow bends this calling, no silence breaks its thread. For memory breathes within us, a flame long left for dead. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the night forgets the dawn. Let the softened glow of embers guide the path we walk upon. Sing the litany beneath the granite crypt, where the vow remains unbroken, in a hymn that still is spoken. The sable torchlight pale, a vow is whispered to the stone. The fading glow reveals the dust of names the night has long outgrown.
A gentle hush surrounds the flame, as echoes rise from unseen walls, and through the chill of winter halls, a distant chant begins to call. Sing the oath beneath the sable torchlight, where the shadows hold their breath. Let the embers bind our memory to the night untouched by death.
Sing the oath beneath the sable torchlight, where the fallen dreams remain, softly carved in whispered flame. The marble altar where hollow pillars hold the night, and stone remembers fading breath. A solemn tone begins to rise, a quiet hymn untouched by death. Dust is woven through the light, where silver smoke ascends and breaks, and through the vaulted empty hall, a distant echo slowly waits.
Sing the chant of the hollow pillars where the echoes carve the air. Let the embered hush awaken all the names forgotten there.
Sing the chant of the hollow pillars till the silence bends aside. Let the ancient vows abide. Across the fractured altar stones, a trembling heat begins to glow, as though beneath the ashen frost, a buried oath still moves below.
The lantern flame is faint but warm. It paints a circle around the ground, and in that dim and sacred ring, a woven choir forms its sound. No flame must roar or thunder, no cry of mortal pride, for the whispers hold more power than any voice outside.
Sing the chant of the hollow pillars where the night no longer weeps. Let the last remaining embers guard the vow that darkness keeps. Sing the chant of the hollow pillars till the silent halls are stirred by a hymn without a word. Within the quiet hall, where fading embers softly glow. A distant voice begins to rise, a call from days we used to know.
Shadows gather like a crowd as lantern flame begins to sway, and through the hush of crimson light, the ancient vow returns to stay.
Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the silent echoes fall. Let the lanterns guide our longing through the dark beneath the wall. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the memory still remains in the whisper of forgotten names.
Upon the marble cold and warm rest fragments of an older time, threads of song we left behind, still tremble like a faded rhyme.
The oil burns with silver smoke, a fragile trace that lingers slow, and in its glow the night unfolds, the story no one living knows. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the silent echoes fall. Let the lanterns guide our longing through the dark beneath the wall. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the memory still remains in the whisper of forgotten days.
We gather not in fear or sorrow, but to summon light within.
A sacred flame that time cannot hollow, a warmth beneath the skin. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the shadows drift and bend. Hold the ember close in silence, for the night will never end. Sing the chant of the crimson altar, where the past becomes a flame and the heart returns again.
Upon the stones where torches died, where holes lie silent, veiled in cold, a distant hymn begins to rise from broken chambers lined with gold. The banners hang without their crest, the echo hums without a choir, and
Sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, where the embers faintly sleep. Let the hollow wind remember what the ashes try to keep. Sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, till the night forgets its sound, yet the vow remains unbound.
Along the gate where shadows bloom, a silver trace begins to glow, as though beneath the ancient dust a restless spark still breathes below.
The crumbled arch, the fractured floor, still hold the weight of faded years.
And in the hush we sense a pulse that trembles like forsaken tears. No blade is raised, no curse invoked,
No mourning cried for what was done,
we simply gather in the dark,
where memory outshines the sun.
Sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, where the echoes melt away. Let the quiet flame awaken what the winter could not slay. Sing the distant hymn of the forsaken keep, where the last faint spark remains in the stone beneath our names.
Upon the throne where petals fell, where frost devoured gilded stone, a whisper stirs beneath the veil, from kingdom long undone and gone. The faded mark of ancient rain still glimmers faint on broken walls, and in the dust of fallen names an echo through the darkness calls.
Hear the whispers of the withered crown, where the embers turn to gray. Let the sorrow in the silence guide the path they could not stay. Hear the whispers of the withered crown, soft as breath within the hall, where the throne remains in fall.
the tapestry that once held gold now drapes the ruin cold and still. And though the torches now have dimmed, the air recalls their fleeting will. No foot Footsteps tread the marble stair. No herald speaks the royal sound, yet something faint remains alive beneath the fractured burial ground.